Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 9th of June 2017. I do apologise for lack of updates, but unfortunately my private life is going through a little bit of turmoil, but that's fine. I'll be back doing reviews sooner again, very soon. So yes, thank you for your support, by the way. Do appreciate that. And today I'm looking at a NES classic of an arcade hit called Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja, or Bad Dudes as they shortened it to for the home versions, not sure why. But the president has been kidnapped by ninjas, and are we bad enough to rescue the president? As long as it's not old Trumpskins, then that's fine. So here we go. So we've got a punch and a kick, and that's about it. And we've got a super punch as well, which I'll show you in just a moment. You can see a side scrolling. It's not the smoothest of scrolling, but for the NES, I suppose, it's not quite so bad. Now you get to power up that punch by holding down the punch button for a few seconds. And then you unleash this big fireball type punch. Nothing to do with sort of Street Fighter or anything like that. But it is a big power punch, and you can knock several enemies out in one go, which is absolutely great. And graphically, it's not that bad, actually. I actually played this on the Sinclair Spectrum originally, which wasn't a bad conversion. Wasn't a great one either. But this is actually quite good. All the enemies are intact that you'd find in the arcades, the sword guys and the shuriken peeps, and then you've got this random woman running around. You get power-ups as you go, you can get weapons, you can get time enhancers, you can also get energy replenishment. Now if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see there that I have my energy levels and my lives, and there's the time in the centre, which is ticking down really slowly. So you get, basically what you do is you get to the end of a level, and then you get a boss, and this guy looks just like Karnov, and I've got a feeling it is Karnov. I think it was done by the same people, but he had his own game, so I have to look into that at some point. But yes, there is a method to this. You basically just jump up and down the platform. When he follows you up, you just kick him in his big tummy. So there we go. That is Karnov. So yes, so that's basically, you've got the enemy hit points are in the bottom right hand corner there. You can see there he's got 2 hit points left, and for each hit I lay on him, he loses 1. So that's how we do that. I mean, animation wise, it's a little on the jerky side. It's not too bad though. He's bad, yeah, a bit of sound synthesis there. Speech synthesis, easy for me to say. Speech synthesis in there as well, which is quite nice. You don't hear too many of that in Nintendo games, that's quite nice. So yeah, based on an arcade game, and well, it's an arcade conversion really, which I can't remember if the arcade was 2 players simultaneous or not. I think this is a turn-based one, not 100% sure. Maybe some of you guys can leave me some notes in the comments, as I haven't had time to check out the 2-player option, unfortunately. But as conversions go, it's fairly faithful to the arcade, and that's quite nice. I mean, if you owned a Nintendo back in the day, you would be very, very grateful for an arcade conversion of this. There's a bit of clipping on the sprites, but you know what? That we can forgive that. The game in itself is pretty much arcade perfect. It's you're not going to get much better than that on the old trusty 8-bit. So that was very cool. You can see I just picked up some nunchucks, and now I can twat enemies from a distance, which makes things a bit easier. This lorry is not moving very fast at all, is it? But I like the fact that everything is on the move, and these levels are ripped straight from the arcade, which is absolutely brilliant. You can actually tell which bad dudes you are, and from the start you can actually pick which bad dude you want to play as, which is quite cool as well. I do like that. So it gives you a bit of options to play. I do like that. The soundtrack's actually quite funky, quite like that as well. All in all, this isn't a bad game. It's not a great game either, but that's not the fault of the Nintendo. That is the fault of the arcade. The game itself isn't fantastic anyway. But it's a bit of a shame, because this game could have been fairly good. But yeah, unfortunately, it just lacks a little bit on the entertainment department. It's all right, but it's not a massive challenge. The enemies are very samey. You get the same sort of stuff coming over and over again. Very repetitive gameplay, which kind of lets it down a little bit. But you know what? Graphically, I like this. I think it's quite good, and sound-wise, it's not bad at all. I think they've done the best job they can, considering the arcade wasn't great. It's a bit of a case of the Double Dragon 3s, which I like to call them. Some of these games where the arcade game of Double Dragon 3 was really, really bad, and home conversions were equally as naff, which is a shame. No, it's not. Double Dragon 3 was a pile of cack. We will go through that at some point, though. I remember playing that on the Amiga and thinking, my god, I hope the arcade version was better. And then when I actually played the arcade game, no, it wasn't. It was a big pile of donkey droppings. Anyway, back to Bad Dudes. Yeah, so if this is only a one-player experience, that's a shame, because obviously Bad Dudes indicates you should be able to play more than one player. I know there is a two-player option, but again, I haven't explored it. So if anybody actually knows if this is a two-player simultaneous on the Nintendo, or indeed the arcade, let me know. Always like to hear from you guys. Always like to read your comments and reply to you. That's one thing I always do. So feel free to leave me comments. What are these little guys trying to do? Stab my kneecaps? But I suppose it's kind of reminiscent of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. There's like a nice sewer section here. Just expect to see some turtles chilling out with some pizza in the background. But as level design goes, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You can't fall in there because you die. There you go. So there are certain restrictions to these levels, where if you drop into something you're not supposed to, it's an instant death and you've lost a life straight away. It's a shame the scrolling wasn't smoother, but you know, we can sort of forgive that. There are better scrolling games. Super Mario 1, 2 and 3, for example, do smooth scrolling. This doesn't seem to be much more technologically advanced than that, but never mind. We can forgive. We can. It's an entertaining game. It's not fantastic. It's going to score medium range today, but I'll let you guys judge. Did you ever play Dragon Ninja and Bad Dudes? Did you ever play it? And if you did play it, what did you play it on? Did you play it on the arcade, or did you play it on home conversion? What did you guys have a go at it on? And what did you think of the game? Did you enjoy it, or did you think it was a bit naff? I quite like the end of level bosses. They're quite unique. I like that. So basically this guy multiplies into loads of ninjas, and you get to sort of pummel them down before you hit the original, so to speak. You see there, there is a back kick you can execute as well, but it seems to be so few and far between. Doesn't be any sort of method to it, which is a bit of a shame. So yes, this guy just keeps on multiplying. He's got ninjas, they're multiplying, and he's losing control. Never mind. But yes, folks, I'm going to leave it there. This has been Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I've been Rich, this has been the Retro Revival Show, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now!